Difficulties. Here we are back for Gold Class Season 9, Round 2 of the Chinese Grand Prix. Here we are. The race is about to start. I'm your host, Log666, with Dougie Falcons. We got 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and lights out. Here we go. Flying Jippo seems to be on pole. We got Segrist, Bam Bam, Kaichin, TCR Graka, Dre Diggy, Latope, R7NI, Coleman, Clueless. Things are moving around. I am sorry, technical difficulties tonight. So how are you, Dougie?
It's good. After the McLaren had a tailspin almost went into the wall. Feelies and everything. I'm doing fine. A lot of technical difficulties have been going on behind the scenes.
Well, we got ourselves sorted out.
We got ourselves sorted out, but everyone is now starting to be bunched up into turn 6 as everyone's trying to fly across into the sweeping sections of the middle sector. The Ferrari and Procat and Jones side by side coming up to in the mid sector right now. But it is Flying Jippo who is leading from Bam Bam, Keochin, and Dre, top 4. With Sorgo's having an okay-ish start, starting from 3rd in the grid. But Flying Jippo, on the soft tyres, we know that for a fact that he needs, and Bam Bam needs to start making hay, as those tyres won't even last long. So as they to head to the back straight, we've got Flying Jippo, Bam Bam towing each other along with Keotin, the first of the medium runners, potentially likely to win this Grand Prix.
Well, I mean, yesterday everybody started on the medium, so we got a couple guys on the softs, and got a couple people on the medium and some couple on the hard, so it's going to be interesting to see what kind of strategies some guys are running.
Yeah, we complete the first lap. Seems to be pretty clean. No one kept it too much. The 2 Mercedes are in the wars.
Oh, Red Wing, what happened to him?
Red Wing.
Oh, he dropped a few laps there. Was it Procart? Procart's in for a pit stop.
Yeah, the 2 Mercedes in the wall as Coleman gets... No, it's not Coleman. It is Frostacker that gets hit from behind, I believe, and lost his back end. And now dropped like 4 positions after all those instances going on right there. He wrecked up into P14 with charges 13, failed UX into P12 at the moment. Fighting for the back. Last points paying positions are the 2 Alfa Romeos in 9th and 10th over 9 Racing and Bucky Coleman. There or thereabouts. So yeah, it's pretty mildly chaotic at the moment. But the 2 Mercedes, obviously, 2 Mercedes are in the wars with the Ferrari of Graka having a bad start, starting from 3rd in the grid, now all the way at the back. He has some work to do from there. Flying Jippo now starting to struggle a little bit with Bam Bam and Keochin now starting to put pile pressures. Bam Bam goes really wide, loses position to P2.
Yeah.
Keochin now up into 2nd place in the back straight. No DRS, of course, only lap 2 of 28. We've got a sort of battle between the Taurus and the Force India, McLaren and Dre still there, as who's at Keochin went deep actually into the exit 14.
Still, so far, it's been a pretty clean race. The beginning was pretty good.
Yeah, Keochin losing another position to Dre now, so sliding a lot, struggling a little bit on those medium tires, which is kind of a surprise considering that you'd think it would be for the soft runners, but at the moment, as Flying Jippo he goes into a half spin in turn 3, and at the moment, as Flying Jippo he goes into a half spin in turn 3, and he goes into a half spin there. Bam Bam starting to apply pressure now, coming up into turn 6 as he goes really deep, and Flying Jippo is now starting to struggle. They're both are starting to struggle, but it's...
Oh no. Dougie has left the session. Oh no. Okay, so it looks like it's just me now. So Flying Jippo's in first. Bam Bam. Oh man. Okay. So it's just, I don't know what happened to Dougie Falcon. He just had left the session. So, just me, your host, Log666. Bear with me here, guys. I'm... Oh, that was a nice move. Lost it back to the switchback. Flying Jippo took his... And Dougie's back with us.
Apologies. It's my internet being a bit iffy today. I apologize. But, yeah. You can continue.
Okay, so I guess we just gotta jump in the fire, and this is how you figure it out to become a TCR commentator, right? You just jump right into it. Go.
Exactly.
All right.
Throw yourself
So you missed a few little good move there. Flying Jippo, he got taken over by Bam Bam, and then there was a nice little double overtake.
Yeah.
And Flying Jippo got to hold his position there. So Bam Bam in second, Dre Diggy in third, Kaichin in fourth. Our good old Segrist, formerly locking you up, is in fifth.
Yeah. It's got a yellow in sector 2 somewhere, something's gone on there. Yeah, that's one of the Red Bulls of, I believe, Red Wing using it somewhere. But now,
track map, full track. Okay, here we go.
The leaders are still, the soft runners are actually still doing quite well, actually, despite being on those all that old soft tires.
Those softs, so they drop off really fast. I noticed that yesterday. You only get maybe like 7 laps out of them, and then it's time for them to change.
Yeah, Leto goes for a triple overtake dive bomb, gets the move done actually, and goes up into P3, but still 5 cars wide effectively until the last corner. There's like 6 cars into one corner at the moment, as they're all battling and jostling around positions. Flying Jippo pit from the lead on his 5-lap old tires. Cars go 3 wide. Dre takes back to P3 as the Taupe is still battling for P3.
Wow.
From Dre. C7 now coming up to the new guy coming into this race, going around the outside of Sergei's in P6 now starting to have a go at all of this and having some of it. He tries to get into position, goes the inside to Sergei's, backs a little bit, backs back, gets the position done. Bucky into P9 with LGX, so 7 cars are effectively within like maybe 3 seconds of each other at the moment.
So our biggest race position change leader right now would be M9 H Racing. He's up 13 spots, so he's up in the P6. He's done really well for himself. And right now our biggest loser is Graka. He's lost 16 spots, so it's going to be interesting to see what he does to salvage this race.
He does, as Jones was battling with Sergei for fighting pretty much the entire second sector, gets position done in the back straight, for the back straight even, has the DRS, but doesn't have the DRS of course, but he is now going to be under pressure from Sergei's failed, and Bucky, who are now going 3 wide into meet Bucky, go down the inside, but it goes too deep.
Oh, we got some contact!
Jones literally dived.
Mr. Jones and Bucky, Segerston failed, got together, a little bit of wing damage.
Bucky, as we got, who's that? RC7 losing it in the back end in the last corner. Who's that? So, but yeah, Bucky, he literally dived down the inside, go for a triple overtake dive bomb, but unfortunately, overjudged where he was going to stop this car and hit Jones, unfortunately, and Jones, the unlucky bystander there, losing some of his front wing in that instant. But at the moment, we missed all of that, as Kaichin is now leading the Grand Prix from Bam Bam. We didn't see that overtake, unfortunately.
Well, he's one of the medium tire guys right now, so he's going to be able to run about maybe 10, 11 laps with that set of tires.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, Dougie is gone again. Okay, we're just going to have to bear with me here, and Dougie will end up coming back somehow. All right. So, we got Kaichin running first place. He's got a pretty commandable lead with 1.8 seconds. Mr. Jones coming up with a move up on Bucky. Seems to be one of the tightest running. Mr. Jones into the pits. Yeah. All right. Kaichin now really running away with this with a 7.8 second gap. We got Failed chasing M9H Racing. Hey, Dougie, welcome back.
I apologize again. My internet's been so poor today. That's why I actually wanted you to stream.
You having little troubles up in the UK there?
Apparently, so. It's been that kind of day, unfortunately.
Well, since you've been gone, Kaichin, he's just been running away with this. He's got a 8.1 second lead right now on the field, and he's gone.
Yeah, he was more or less the lead front runner of the medium runs.
Yeah.
So he will be the one to watch effectively.
So our C7, he's pretty on the back of Frost Hacker right now, and it seems to be the only battle on track. Well, the Taupe and Red Wing Racing.
It's just happening every 4 laps. So on that 12, my internet will probably go again.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So do you have any predictions in this spread out field now of how this race might unfold at the end?
It could literally go Kaochin probably from M9 Racing to UX, but you can never discredit Bam Bam, who's been looking strong all this season. He had a strong race in the early phase of the race in Bahrain until safety cars kind of hindered his race and dropped back from damage after a late occurrence. So you never know, Bam Bam might do something there. We've got a battle for P2 at the moment. Failed UX.
Failed just made a move. I'm sorry I missed that there. But M9's right on. Oh, he's coming back. He's got some DRS.
M9 Racing goes on the inside into turn 1 effectively. Holding it there, parking the apex quite nicely and gets the position made before I even mentioned that. And now he takes P2 actually, I believe. He was ahead before all this was going on as Field UX is now trying to retaliate and get the position back. And so on.
Yeah, another battle that looks to be brewing is R7. He's right on the back of Frost Hacker. Back on board with Failed, chasing down M9 Racing.
Yep, as they go through the second snail together, effectively. Bucky there or thereabouts, but not really catching the pair, as Field UX now has DRS on the back straight. See if he can be able to get the move done. He's got 60% ERS left. So he goes down the inside.
Oh, he's coming down the inside. Oh, that was nice and clean. Oh, the double back. Oh, what a move by M9 Racing. That was beautiful. 10-second time penalty for Red Wing Racing. exceeding track limits. Wow.
Yeah, he's just stuck there in sector 2, well, almost in sector 3, but back in terms of the top 2, well, second, third place, failed to go,
Wow.
does a dummy, goes
Again.
back up to second. But again,
Getting the double overtake.
Loses the back end slightly, trying to be a bit over-ambitious into the corner, and loses the position to Failed UX. Failed UX now back up to P2. After a little slide, being a bit over-ambitious into the corner. Now, Failed UX has now built up a little bit of a gap. Can he be able to build that gap in another sector so he can avoid the DRS? We'll have to find out. But at the moment, Failed UX up to P2, and then racing P3, Bucky up to P4, but again, mentioning not really like capitalizing on the battling right now. We got Frostacker and RC7 now battling for 5th and 6th right now as well. They are trying to push up the guys up into 2nd place. Keichin now has a 9.6 second lead after these two have been battling for a little bit. So at the moment he's looking quite nice up at the top in the lead right now. Moving away.
Yeah, M9 Racing has lost a little bit of. He's up to 1.3 seconds behind Failed UX right now, so it's going to be interesting to see. Well, we're riding on board with RC7N1 or NI.
Yep.
It's coming down the inside. Oh, he's thinking about it. Oh, he thought a little bit better locked up. Frost Hacker keeps the position. Oh, so it looks like Red Wing Racing, we lost him. He DNF'd. I saw he got a 10-second time penalty, and then... Oh, what happened here? R7NI.
Bucky's left the session. I think he lagged that one in session there.
Yeah,
but
we got a... Somebody, RC7NI has left the session right now, so he's causing a yellow condition out on track.
It's like all the British drivers, like all the British people have issues right now. Bucky and at the moment having the issues as well.
Oh, Bucky's not doing good either. Wow.
Yeah, Bucky, he left the session as well as now. Is about to steal his.
So maybe the internet in England there is just not so bueno tonight.
Yeah, not so bueno tonight, but Bucky does come back.
Yeah.
He will lose position to Frostbacker though. That's unfortunate to him. But yeah, at the moment, gaps are now starting to spread a little bit. Besides the Frostbacker gaining pass from Bucky in P5, not much is really going on at the moment. They've got potentially a sort of battle. But an RC7 he's left the session as well, so it's unfortunate for him. Hopefully he can come back. There's still 17 laps to go.
I think Coleman looks like he's kind of on Pro Kart Racers gearbox there. Yeah, just a little bit in the Williams. Seems to be the only battle right now. Yeah, well, Mr. Clues and Graca.
Yeah, the two Ferraris and Mercedes 16th, 17th, 18th at the moment. Having a tough race, it must be said. All of these drivers have pitted very early on due to instances, Jones especially being dive bomb from Bucky, in lap 5 of the Grand Prix. But still a long way to go. Safety car may come up. It's still early days. We're only on lap 12:28 at the Grand Prix. Keichin has now 11-second lead now over Failed UX.
He's just
got Bam Bam now overtaking on RC7. Still hasn't come back yet.
No.
You got the Taupe, Dre, and Pro Kart Racer now beating them 12-13. Coleman now starting to pile pressure now on the Mercedes driver, coming up to the exit of turn 4, coming up to the sort of nothing corner of turn 5 and the hairpin of turn 6. He tries to apply more pressure onto the Mercedes driver. So I guess up there in P15 as well. But yeah, this is pretty much the only battle at the moment as
Coleman in Pro Kart.
As Bucky has rejoined and returned to his car, he's now still at P5. You've got Flying Jippo now applying pressure as well.
Flying Jippo is applying pressure, coming down the inside.
Dives on the inside, on turn 13 and gets the position done. As Keichin pits from the lead, see where he comes out. Bam Bam is now coming up to turn 13. That would be his main rival coming from the pits of that at the moment. I'm coming up to the last corner now, but Keochin already about 7 seconds ahead anyway, so
yeah,
Keochin
well, he's P1 or P6.
Yep. Yeah, but effective leader as he seems to be doing really well. He's had a very strong start to the season, actually. Won the race in Bahrain. Now it's starting to look like he's about to set on for a win here as he's net leader. Even though SSFL UX is leading the Grand Prix, it is Keochin who is net leader, as they are yet to pit. 0.7 seconds is that gap between him and M9 Racing. Ever since M9 made that error, he hasn't really held on to UX, or maybe he's saving his ERS, which doesn't seem to be doing. Maybe he's just struggling with his tires. Well, we have a yellow flag in sector 1 and 2, which is one of the Mercedes. It was a Pro Kart race. I think he made an error somewhere. He was under pressure with Coleman. Maybe he made a collision contact with Coleman. Yeah, he does actually. Maybe he did. Coleman has damage on his front wing, so maybe they've come together in the exit of turn 3.
Definitely missing the end plate.
Flying Jippo. Almost flying past Frosthacker. Frosthacker defends into turn 13, but Flying Jippo does get the high ground, better traction from the exit of turn 13. 14 is a nothing corner into turn 15 as Frosthacker does pit, UX pits, M9 Racing pits. So Flying Jippo now leads the Grand Prix. From Bucky now into P2, we got Keochin now moving up to P3 as see how these pit stops go at the moment. M9 Racing makes a stop to the end of the Grand Prix. Got
we lost Dougie again. Alright, so we're on board with Keochin. He's made a 1 stop so far. Charger still needs to stop. Erect seems to be on the chase for Bam Bam here. So we're gonna ride with Erect for a bit. Hey Dougie, welcome back. I think it's just gonna be one of those nights, you know. Just if everything goes wrong, anything that can and will go wrong.
Anything that can go wrong will go wrong, especially.
That's right. But you know, these guys, Keochin, I think he's got to be careful with this one-stop strategy because yesterday we had one guy. His one stop ended up in a punctured tire on the last lap.
Yeah, he did. They had. Was it last lap they had a puncture?
No, last night. Last night I was following. I was running P10 for a bit, and who was it? I think it was Dolphin Chaser. Yeah, it was Dolphin Chaser. He ran the 2-stop, and I inherited 9th spot from him after his punctured tire. Charger's still on the hards, hasn't pit yet. Erect hasn't pit yet either. And Bucky's just in for his pit stop, so is R7. RC7. So Keochin back in 2nd spot. And Flying Jippo leading the race. So only 2 guys left to make a pit stop here. It's going to be interesting to see where Chargers ends up after his pit stop.
It does. Coleman pits as well, but yeah, Flying Jippo, who actually looked very racy coming before all of this, was the one who making a lot of positions up. In that middle was the end of that stint, so he loses the back end coming exit 13. I mentioned him and he starts losing the back end, but he was the one pushing a lot like crazy. He did that in Bahrain and it worked out in his favor, getting upwards to podium spots. As there's still, I believe, 10 laps to go or so. He might be looking to pit with 13 laps to go. Should I say? Does he pit? No, he goes for another lap. So it's lap 16 of the Chinese Grand Prix as Flying Jippo now leads, but yet to pit. But Keochin is effectively your leader. He has a
Kaichin just put the fastest lap in with a 1:35.7.52. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, no worries. As Bam Bam now is up to P3 as Chargers finally pit, as he was one of the hard runners going into this race. Chargers and Erect was second hard runner, now going to pit, put on a fresh set of medium tires to the end and try and be lightning fast. Try to pick up as many positions as they can as Flying Jippo still continues to run around. We've got sort of battles coming around after the Toph has pitted, and now we've got Dre, Failed UX,
Yeah.
M9 Racing starting to fight back and pull back from pitting earlier in the race. Failed UX now starting to catch Dre. Half a second is the gap to come from 6 and 7. So they try to catch the Toph. He's in P4 right now, doing a solid job actually. Starting, he started 8th in the grid, so he's doing a solid job right now. Almost into podium positions. He's got Bam Bam only 4 seconds up the road, so he could do something about that coming up to the second stem. But he's got the McLaren of Dre and Failed trying to have an answer and say about that matter. Spucky leaves the session again.
Yeah.
So
it's not just you.
It's not just me.
RC7 has just come back, so I think the Brit boys are having a hard time tonight.
Yeah, they are. She's kind of struggling with them at the moment. With Kaichin, only 3.5 seconds, but it's kind of, he doesn't need to push strictly because he's got a 10-second lead effectively on Bam Bam. But Dre, Latopa Failed. 4th, 5th, and 6th, not respectively. Still the only
Bucky running a fastest lap.
That's the fastest lap, but joins back the session, so his AI set that fastest lap. So,
it's funny because the AI should be set at 80. 80, that's not a really...
Yeah, don't know about that one. Don't know about that one.
Yeah. Oh.
But yep, we got 11 laps to go. We got in this Grand Prix, we got the top 9 tenths to gap, but Dre now starting to be under pressure from Failed UX, who's actually seemed quietly quick during this run. He's not making any mistakes, but he's just been putting away from people that in theory he should pull away from, shouldn't pull away from, but he actually is doing a solid job right now, as you can sense a P4 finish. He's got a lot of ERS left. He's got nearly a full battery. He's got Dre just up the road with the Taupe. The Taupe is now starting to be reeled in from the pair of them. So yeah, just going to see some fireworks as Dre locks up in the inside in 13, makes a small error, and that could give Failed a run into turn 1. Coming into the last corner now, let's see how they do. The Taupe goes all cleanly as Dre and Failed UX had decent-ish last corner runs. I'd argue that Failed had a better run coming up to the turn 1, coming to turn 1, but I don't think anything is much of it.
It's just hard to gain a little bit of when they both have DRS because they're both following Latope.
Yeah, Latope is sort of the catalyst for neutraling DRS there, as Dre gets it kind of crossed up, and Failed might have a go down the inside in turn 6, does he?
He's looking like it. He's looking like it. Dre's carrying a little bit more speed, though.
Yeah, he does, but Dre got the better run from the exit of turn 6 and holds onto that position. This is kind of helping the Taupe pull away, so if they continue battling like this, Dre might not even get DRS, so...
No.
He's gotta think about this wisely before he... Gap is now still 8/10, so he's still within that DRS range.
Kaichin's kind of slowly closing that gap up on Flying Jippo.
Yeah, it's just Failed. He's got such a bad traction. Dre got all crossed up in the last section as he gets the position on
gets the job done.
Does get the job done.
Does he get DRS too?
They both get DRS for good measure. So, but I don't think. I'm seeing Failed US goes instantly defensive. Dre can't really match or do anything about it, as we've got Flying Chipper who finally pits from second place. But at the moment, Failed UX gets the job done. He's looking quite solid for even a podium at this point. As now we've got it's now putting the pressure now onto Latope as Laito finally finishes his pit stop and he comes out behind M9 Racing on the soft tire.
Ooh.
Now that's interesting.
He thinks he can catch it back up. I think he can do it. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 15 seconds. Although quite ambitious to try and finish the race with 11 laps to go. Or sorry,
9 laps of soft tire.
9 laps, yeah. It's going to be ambitious.
I'll be interested to see how that goes. I'm actually quite curious on that. But he'll be flying. You should easily pass in my racing. But it's whether or not he can get up to these podium positions and then hold on to those tires in the last few laps is the question.
Exactly. Well, he's coming up on M9 pretty hard right now.
At the moment, as LGX now within 9/10 within DRS range, Dre is no longer within DRS range of that pair. So he was the one that's running the most. As Failed is flying at the moment to get a podium position at the moment. As Latope goes defensive, Failed doesn't really follow him for the slipstream, just keeps on to the cleaner line. As Latope makes a big error because he went onto the marbles and tried to go defensive for no reason. And now Failed is all over the back of him, being very clever there, going in the back straight, and now has brought him back into play so he can get potentially a P3. And he's only 3 seconds off. He goes down the inside on Latope. Latope tries to cut him off but goes really wide, misses the apex, and that opens it up for Failed. Failed gets the position in the exit of turn 3 and gets the move done. He's now up to the podium position. It's only 3.4 seconds off Bam Bam now. He's absolutely flying. With the Latope now down to P4 after going unnecessarily defensive there in the back straight as the two McLarens as well now. Jippo gets past Dre on those fresh soft tires. Already got up to 2 positions as he now is trying to get ahead of the two make up ground on his fresh soft tires. He's now going to pile on pressure onto the Latope. He's absolutely flying as well, as expected, as he also is set to go on chase for Bam Bam as well. Bam Bam now, he's only 2.5 seconds. He already gained a second on Bam Bam. Has failed UX, so failed UX is absolutely flying on those medium or hard tires, should I say. As Latope is now going to be under pressure from a flying Jippo, literally, and also going to be absolutely going to be put under pressure from Dre, it seems. But at the moment, flying Jippo has a DRS on Latope. Latope into P4, might be into P5 after the next few laps, but at the moment, all seems fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
As Dre gets such a fantastic run with fresh, grippier tyres. Almost tries to go around the outside in the last corner, but does actually make it stick, kind of. Goes on the inside and gets up to P4. Gap is now 2 seconds between Bam Bam, Failed UX, and Flying Jippo now. Only 8/10 off. Failed UX.
I think Failed UX might lose his podium here. Flying Jippo is actually flying.
Yeah. Flying Jippo's flying on those tires, but it's whether or not he can make those tires last towards the end. So he has to make these things last. Bam Bam gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, so unfortunate for him, because Gap's now only 1.9 seconds, so UX is pushing like crazy, and he's got Flying Jippo in the sauce flying.
This is gonna be. It's interesting how spread out the field got, and now they've just, after all their pit stops, they've kind of all bunched back up again.
Yep. It's naturally how strategy works. As everything, all seems to be bunched up as Bam Bam. Now, who pitted? Actually, was he the earliest one to pit? I believe.
He's got 14 laps done on his hard, so I think Bam Bam and Latope are pretty much, and Dre Diggy in the same position with Segrist and Mr. Jones.
So Bam Bam has 7 lap younger tires, 7 lap older tires, should I say, than Failed UX, but 12 lap older than on soft tires, of course, as Flying Jippo goes round the outside.
Making that move.
Making the move was quite easy. It must be so nice to have so much grip and be lightning fast like that. But at the moment, that was kind of a smart move from Failed, just to get him by, because he knows that maybe potentially his tires might drop off. There's only 6 laps to go. The lead is pretty much set. Kyojin has got a 13.6 second lead. This is now pretty much can Bam Bam hold on to failed UX and Flying Jiffer for staying onto the podium. His tires are 15 laps old compared to 8 laps of failed and 3 laps to Flying Jiffer, albeit on the soft tire. As we head to lap 22, 28 of the Grand Prix, as Flying Jiffer now 1.2 seconds off Bam Bam now.
M9's looking to make a move on Dre Diggy.
Yes, he is. M9 Racing. Up into P7. He tries to get into
Colden's
P6.
in the pits.
Into pits for a second time.
Yeah.
After the but Flying Jiffer will get this move done on Bam Bam.
Oh, he's coming. I don't think he's going to be able to make it move on this one, but the next straight, I think.
Bam Bam sort of defends, but Flying Jiffer's still going down
around the outside. Oh, push a little wide.
Still a bit wide. Bam Bam kind of squeezing him on the outside there. He lost a little bit of grip, but
still
it
clean.
seems to be all in vain as Bam Bam didn't get the grum that he needed. Bam Bam, like Flying Jiffer, going around the outside now to turn 1, before even turn 1 even, because it's such a good run. And now takes second place of the race. We've got failed UX now very close by again on the younger hard tires. So Flying Jiffer now, can he make those tires last 5 more laps to be able to get
I mean, they can theoretically do it, but it's after 6 laps, those tires are done. They drop off really fast.
I think they do. So we got Flying Jiffer now on a 4-lap old soft tires. Can he make it to the end without puncturing? That's the question now. We got failed UX now only 7/10 off Bam Bam. Bam Bam might lose a podium here, unfortunately for him, after trying to fight the soft runner Flying Jiffer, which I don't think he should have necessarily done. But hey ho, he's done it, and we might as well go into defensive mode on failed UX, which I think could be a slam dunk move because he's been struggling for about 5 or 6 laps now. He hasn't really pulled away in the gap, and that's why he's in this position. We got Latope now starting to cause a mini train as well. The M9 Racing Dre behind him as well. So the long running hard drive runners are starting to struggle a lot, as M9 Racing is showing that as failed UX had a better run. Bam Bam tries to go around the side and goes too deep, gets squeezed off, but failed UX takes P3. P3 for failed UX. P2 for Flying Jiffer.
Oh, I missed that. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so Bam Bam up to P4 now, and we've got Latope now having a defensive battle as well from himself, Dre, and M9 Racing as well. But P2 for Flying Jiffer, got failed UX now up into P3. Bam Bam might have to settle for 4th place here, but you never know with Flying Jiffer, he might have some issues. We got Latope and Dre and M9 Racing 5, 6, 7 as they are now starting to lap. They're starting to lap things.
It's interesting. Yeah. I'm not sure who's running through the middle of those. Williams just kind of.
That's Coleman. Because Coleman's a lap down, so he's ghosted at the moment.
Oh.
He is a lap runner, but he's on the fresh soft tires, so he's obviously very fast, so that's perfectly fine. Coleman, that's the fastest lap of 1:33.8. But we got Latope in P5 now, under pressure now from Dre. Both similar age tires, but Bucky is absolutely flying.
Yeah.
So, goes defensive quite-ish late, but it's fine. So Dre going to the outside. He tries to hold around the outside. Dre locks up a little bit. Dre gets the position into P5, and now up P5. Bucky might try and capitalize on Latope not having DRS, but all seems to be well. As now Dre up to P5 now, starting to go defensive a little bit. Sticks to the racing line, goes defensive quite late. Latope tries to go down the inside, almost was quite hairy there, as he tries to almost goes into almost a close collision there, but everything seems to have been so far. M9 Racing still there or thereabouts on those much 7-lap pressure tires as he tries to do an overtake, but I don't think he has the straight line speed per se. He might have the RS as Dre goes incredibly deep, loses the back end in turn 6. Lato might capitalize on this. He goes into turn 7, side by side, coming into the path for left-hander as Dre still holds on after making the error. Lato tries to fight back, but goes onto the grass and loses the position. M9 Racing might come back. Doesn't get the move done as Dre still holds on after making that error into turn 6 up into P5, but it's going to be all or nothing now coming up to the DRS zone here from the second DRS
yeah,
zone.
but hold on now, because we see failed UX. He's closing in on Flying Jippo now. I think Jippo's running into some tire problems here.
He is 7 tenths is now the gap, so this is the moment where Flying Jippo needs to be very defensive, very, very careful what he does with his tires. Dre and Lato going at it into turn 13. Dre locks up, goes defensive, makes his stick and parks the apex and gets up into P5. Got Lato into P6, and M9 Racing up to P7. M9 now all over the back of the Haas driver as he tries to go and make up into the position into 6th place, but he doesn't get it because DRS, both on the DRS train of Dre. Failed UX now 8 tenths of the gap to the top 2, while second and third is a 15-second gap in the lead. It's Keochin, who's been more or less quiet the entire race.
Oh, he's just been gone, eh?
He's been gone, capped on 15 seconds. He's just been on his own, just enjoying life, really, at this point. As he doesn't need to battle, but as we see a move going on for Lato and M9 Racing going side by side into turn 7, Lato getting the move done in...
Oh, M9 Racing came back.
M9 Racing just come back. So trying to come back with it, but thinks better of it after the last corner, last lap, where he tried to do that move and didn't really work out. But M9 Racing now up into P6, still on those fresher tires. He could still potentially get into P5. The gap is now 1.2 seconds. So seems to have had enough of those tires. The tires seem to be dead at the moment, but Failed UX now winning 4 tenths now. Failed UX starting to come back on Flying Jippo. There's a car there. There's a tow. The tow spun somehow. Lost the back end.
Oh no.
He loses the back end from missing out from the back end from the second stint, should I say, but Failed UX.
Failed UX right now. He's just got a run on Flying Jippo.
He's got a great run. He's going to go on the inside. Flying Jippo tries to cut him off. He goes very deep. This opens up the corner for Failed UX. Failed UX has the inside. Flying Jippo tries to squeeze him out on the inside. He's going ultra defensive. He knows that these tires are dying. There's 2 laps to go. Failed UX is doing absolutely everything to get that second place position. At the moment, Flying Jippo is holding on those now 8-lap-old soft tires as he is now starting to struggle a little bit. His tires are starting to go off. Failed UX doing everything he can in his power to be able to make the new stick. At the moment, Failed UX, Flying Jippo, trying to say, in the McLaren, doing everything he can with 1.5 laps to go. Can he be able to move the stick? The race has actually gone quite fast, actually. 1.5 laps to go. Oh, but
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yep. We got Flying Jippo now going down the inside. An audacious move there, but makes it stick. Sort of. Flying Jippo squeezes him out on the inside of the second snail, as he still holds on. But does he get the DRS? Because Flying Jippo actually Failed UX did go very late on that move. I'm not sure if he got that DRS. He did.
I'm not sure
so
either.
Flying Jippo does have to defend as Failed UX.
Oh, Failed UX made that move look so easy.
Does make
Those tires are done.
Yes,
a little bit of contact.
Flying Jippo trying to cut back, but doesn't really work out. As Failed UX goes down into second place with 1 lap to go, as we do start the final lap. Failed UX defensive. Ultra defensive. Flying Jippo still trying to go on the inside. He's still pushing to the inside,
geez.
and they both come together. Why did he do that? I don't know. I guess it was out of frustration, but they're still in P2 and P3. Bam Bam up into P4. Is he?
Yeah, Bam Bam's in P4.
Stones before, so couldn't be able to capitalize it. But I don't know why Flying Jippo tried to go for that move. I didn't think the gap was there. But they both tried to go on the inside. He could have probably held it on the outside, but didn't make it work. Failed UX. Now up into P2. I think it's game set match because that wing damage that Flying Jippo tried to go for that move.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
Up in the front, Keijin has had such a quiet race. We haven't actually talked to him.
No.
Ever since like lap 5, he's just been on his own. Since then, has made a 21-second lead. So we're coming to the last corner now as Keijin.
Yeah, Frost Hacker, I think, spun out.
Yep. Second spun to the walls.
Yeah.
But as we go back to the Racing Point driver of Keijin, who gets his second win in 2 races. Keijin wins the Chinese Grand Prix for the Golden Pass TCR. We got Failed UX up into P2 potentially. We've got Flying Jippo now losing a position. Is he going to come back? 2 spots
to Bam Bam. Oh no.
Bam Bam comes back, but he tries to go deep again and hits another car. As he's been very desperate in these last couple of laps. He didn't need to be. As he comes around the final corner.
Oh, he goes ultra wide.
As he loses the position to Dre and M9 Racing to put together. As Dre takes P3 after all of that. M9 Racing takes P4 after the fresh tyres. You got Bam Bam P5, but Flying Jippo, who was at second in the last lap, goes down to P6. Charges in P7, Bucky in P8. Sergeist drops down to P10 as the Taupe takes P9. Erect takes 10th actually from Sergeist's pound.
Seager's got a 5-second penalty there, unserved time penalty.
Yep, as Jones in P12. RC7 and 9 takes P13. Coleman, Bracker, P14, 15. Clues, Rostacker were a lap down, but Keijin wins here at China. Failed UX takes P2 after it was a hairy moment in the last lap for him. That being said,
unfortunate for Flying Jippo, he tried to make that stick and he lost. He's P6.
He is P6. Yeah, and after all of that, we got our top 3 drivers now securing the podium after a crazy race. But who was your driver of the day?
Well, I mean, how could you not give it to Keijin? He 22nd lead in the Grand Prix. He just quietly. I mean, we didn't talk much about him, but I mean, how could you not give it to him?
How could you not? It was a commanding drive from Keijin.
Absolutely.
I think pretty much from ever since he took the lead and just ran away with it. But yeah, as the final standings show, Keijin wins Grand Prix from Failed UX, started 11th in the grid, now finished P2, so I think M9 Racing 19th in the grid, finishing P4, arguably another driver contested of driver of the day. Bam Bam in P5, Flying Jippo in P6 at one point, was looking like he was going to get a second place, but threw it away on the last lap. Chargers in P7, Bucky in P8, Taupe in P9, starting from 8th, Erect from P10 in the Haas, starting 15th, Sigrist in P11, Jones in P12, RC7 in P13, Coleman P14 after having a poor race there, TCR Graka P15, Mr. Clues P16, Frost Hacker and Procart races 17th and 18th, and Red Wing completing the last, one of the 2 DNFs there. So yeah, after the technical difficulties at the start and my lagging out issue mid-race.
Oh, jeez.
It's been a very chaotic race.
Yeah.
It's been very commentating. It was actually a crazy race, but...
Yeah, it was a good race.
It was a good race. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
Despite the gap.
So, who do you think we should get into the interview here?
Definitely top 3, Keijin, Failed UX, and we'll put... who's... Dre.
Okay.
Top 3.
Yeah, how about we invite them in? Are you able to do that?
Yeah, try.
Okay.
I've suggested them. It's just the three of them. You can invite them.
So, here we are waiting just to try and get some interviews going here. Are we able to get anybody, Dougie? Okay, sorry, bear with us here. We're trying to get some... I can't hear you, Dougie, anymore. Okay, so I think we're just gonna not do interviews tonight. Or are we gonna do interviews tonight? Hey, Dougie? All right. Okay. Well, I guess with the technical difficulties tonight, I don't think we're going to get interviews going. So I am Log666. Dougie has somehow disappeared on me. So that was the golden class for tonight. Thank you very much.